Well, Courtney, the winning run comes to an end, the unbeaten run goes on. What did you make of that draw?
Yeah, well, hard fought, well earned. If I'm being probably brutally honest, we've probably done well to get a point now. I thought they might have just shaded that in terms of deserving to win that game, but just two sides that were bang at it and a great advert for this level of football, and both teams trying to win it up until the last minute, and both had late chances. Dawson's made an unbelievable last-ditch tackle there to sort of see the game out for us and pick a point up, but yeah, we've not been able to beat them over 2 games and fully deserve that. I just said that to the gaffer, the best side I think we've played all season. Really stifled us to what we're good at and what we want to do. They pressed us really hard, worked really hard. Put you under a lot of pressure with that long throw coming in from here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, I think we hopefully can look back at that in the season and say it's a good point and one we've earned.
You'd see that as a point gained rather than 2 dropped.
Yeah, definitely. You have to when you give everything. Whether we've been good enough in front of goal, probably not. We've had a few good chances first half and not really tested the goalkeeper. We should be, busting a little bit more to get on the end of things. Even then, one at the end there, Tom's had an unbelievable little delivery in the end there, really cute, and no one sort of clocked onto it. Definitely points gained there for me. It's it's been a tough game, and I think we deserved a point in the end. But yeah, it's another game where we're close to where we need to be, another point better off.
Was it an element of sort of having to feel your way back in as well after the postponement last week and having not played for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, there's always that, but it's the same for everybody. I think the way the weather's been and going to be the next couple of weeks, you'll have that again. So luckily, we sort of trained on Monday. We had a bit of a training game, and so there's no excuse in terms of us not being ready to play. I thought the tempo was really good all the way through, and the lads are knackered in there, and when their balls are coming off, they're the same. So I think it's just everybody's worked as hard as they possibly can to get to win a game there, and it's good to see. It's good to see, and we need those tests. We just said to the lads, that's now a realisation that nothing is one. If you didn't think there was before, that's a realisation of that's what you've got to be able to put up with every single week. And until your hands on the trophy and you've got it, and mathematically, you've won the league. We can't even be thinking about it. So for us, it's just picking up as many points as we possibly can until that day's done. For us, we've picked up a point here at home and against a good side. So yeah, we're happy.
Brady Middleton with a wonderful finish for the first goal, but a couple of chances from other people and one for Brady as well in the box, and Dawes hit the post in the first half as well, and it was just almost like it didn't quite fall in front of goal. Yeah,
we're going to have them days. I think with us, and we've said that to lads, it's about making sure that defensively we're good when we're not fantastic in front of goal. I'd be more worried if we weren't creating those chances. We've created a lot of chances, as have they, on the break, and obviously it was a big threat from sort of set pieces for them. They're a big old side and very good at what they do, but they were good on the ball as well, and they worked as hard. And you're going to have days like that in front of goal, and listen, we've scored 2 goals. It's not been enough to get us a win, but probably, if I'm being picky, just disappointed to concede so early after going 2-1 up. You sort of scored just after half time, and it's about managing the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, and we've conceded within a couple of minutes, so that's disappointing. To sort of let them straight back in the game, and the momentum changes again. So, but yeah, we can't fault effort and endeavour, and never going to berate anybody for missing chances. We've scored a lot of goals this season, and the goal difference says that, and that's going to be a big help for us come the end of the season. You're miles away from anybody else in terms of that goal difference, so that's an extra point for you. So, if we're not having that day in front of goal, I thought we've defended really well, minimised the mistakes in terms of defensive, and yeah, it took us 2-2.
I'm disappointed with the timing of conceding that second goal, but the nature of it as well, because it was sort of pretty similar to the first in that lad gets to the byline and pulls it back, and then the nine's kind of there in the box.
Yeah, but listen, you've got to credit them for getting into those positions. They've got down the side of us and they've got things in the box, and that's the way football used to be, wasn't it? You used to get it wide and deliver and put it in an area, and like you say, it's 50-50 once the ball's in the box and there's bodies running around it. So no, full credit to them. They deserve the goals, and they've worked themselves hard to get into those positions. The lads just sort of turned the ball into the area, and I thought the wide men were good for them. The right winger especially, causes problems all day, and yeah, you can't fault them. And it's just about us, But being, again, a little bit picky, can we get a little bit closer to second balls in midfield once it drops? But listen, when you're working that hard and they're working as hard as they are, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to be a little bit off the pace. So, yeah, no fault of anyone's for that.
And for the second time this season, off to Wolves Sporting next Saturday. They sort of ran us close here and won it in the last minute. They've beaten Droitwich today. What do you make of them?
Yeah, they're a good side. We said that in the first game. We were expecting a really tough game, and I thought we were very good for that 45. It's probably the best we'd been really over that 45-minute period, which is why it was so frustrating for the game to be taken away from you. But you're just showing it, when they came here, how hard they're working to stay in the league, and they are at the bottom end of the league. And I said that to you in the weekly, and you've got the playoffs and the relegation in this league makes it for a proper level of football again. You know, you've got teams that are trying to get in the playoffs. You know, Allscott have not done themselves any harm today. You know, there's loads of teams that are trying to get in the playoffs, loads of teams that are still scrapping to stay up, and that makes it competitive, and that's how it should be. You know, you don't want someone just running away with it and there's nothing else to play for. You know, so that's good for us to be in competitive games every single week, and we're going to have to be at our best to take any points off them, as we were, you know, a couple of weeks ago, where we sort of scored last minute to take the win. And yeah, they're a good, hard, honest working side, and one we've got to make sure we're at our best to get something.